Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the StackLeague AWS Tech Session. I'm Casey Kalunod, and I will be your host again for this evening. We have another outstanding resource speaker for this session, and this time he will share with us all about web and mobile application development made easy with AWS Amplify. But before anything else, we'd like to give you again an overview of Stack League, especially if it's your first time to join a Stack League event. Everyone, please help me welcome Mr. King Bartolome, our growth associate. Good evening, King.
Hi, Casey. Good evening. Good evening,
Hi.
everyone. Welcome to another tech session in StackLeague events. So again, I would like to introduce myself. I am King Bartolome, and I am one of the growth associates of StackLeague. And tonight, I will be giving you a brief and concise introduction into StackLeague. So if it's your first time, this will be a fruitful information for you. All right, so let's begin. So Stack League is the Philippines' first year-round competitive programming league with its mission to develop programming leaders to inspire a nation into coding. So Stack League is powered by StackTrek's fully automated talent analytics and assessment platform, to which Stack League gather thousands of tech students and professionals to compete and rank amongst the best programmers in the league. So, you might be wondering the benefits that you can leverage when you join StackLeague. So, before I proceed with that one, I would like to share that StackLeague was launched last March 16. So, it's a pioneering programming league gathering over 7,000 tech talents across the country. So, these tech talents across the country will be tested their coding acuity with the promise of first, nationwide recognition, thousands of prizes, tech job opportunities, and invitation-only events. So, of course, since it's a competition, there is a cash prize. So, from 200,000 pesos, our cash prize is now at 300,000 pesos, and it will continue to increase. So moving forward, of course, Stack League wouldn't be possible without our partners. So we have JobStreet as our co-presenter. We have Microsoft, Workbank, Rakuten Viber as our gold sponsors. And we have our silver sponsors, AWS and Caliber. And for our bronze sponsor, we have Accenture. And of course, our media partners, we have Inquire.net and SparkUp. Okay, so we'd also like to thank our community partners who help the league reach as many programmers in the country as possible. Okay, so moving forward, this is for those who are new at Stack League, this is how our ranking system works. So you will start at the bottom with 0 points, and you solve as many challenges as you can, and you will earn corresponding points. So the more points you get, the higher your ranking goes, and the more opportunities are unlocked for you to access. Okay, just to share to everyone, here are the current ranks in the league right now. So we have bronze, silver, and of course, the highest rank, which is gold. So here in the next slide, you will be as these are the supported programming languages of the league. So we have JavaScript, Java, Python, C Sharp, and PHP. Okay, so moving forward, just to share to everyone, one of our highlights in Stack League is the weekly ranking, both for individual and team categories. So now you can finally view the weekly top 10 on our Stack League website, and you can also view there the overall top 50 players in the league. So of course, we also have the featured programmer campaign, wherein if you become part of the weekly top 10, you will automatically be, you will be part of the weekly top 10. You will be featured on our Stack League website and on our different social media platforms. So here's how it looks in our Stack League website. Okay, moving on for those who just started their journey in the league. So you can take the starter level training so you can level up to bronze level and get access to tech job opportunities. So of course, if you want to be part of this training, you can visit bit.ly/stackleague starter training or as shown on your screens. And of course, for our individual players, you can also join the Stack League Playoffs. So it's a single elimination tournament featuring all monthly qualifiers where all weekly top 10 will automatically be invited to the monthly qualifier round. So for you to have a gist or how on how Stack League playoffs works, this is a short clip for you to see. Okay, so as we are approaching, okay, so the top before that, the top four players of the monthly qualifiers will receive 2,500 cash prize and will earn a spot in the qualifier pool. So if you want to become, if you want to be invited to our last round of Stack League playoffs or monthly qualifier round on November 29th, so you still have a chance. You can visit the stackleague.com website. Okay, so as we are approaching the end of this year's Stack League season, we are very excited to announce the Stack League Grand Prizes. So for the main league, these are our cash prizes for the overall top 10 players. Okay, so moving forward for the team category, here are the cash prizes for the overall top three teams. So for the champion, they will be receiving 50,000 pesos. And for our first runner-up, they will be receiving 25,000 pesos. And for our second runner-up, they will receive 10,000 pesos. Okay, so for the Stack League Playoffs Finals, here are the cash prizes for the top two players. For the champion, they will receive 30,000 pesos. And then for the runner-up, they will receive 20,000 pesos. Okay, so I think that sums up our overview with Stack League. Back to you, Casey.
Wow, thank you so much, King, for sharing with us a short introduction of Stack League. And if there's anyone here interested in joining, please visit our website. Now, before I introduce to you our speaker, it's time for another giveaway. So Stack League and AWS are giving away 5 free courses to pass for AWS certifications. And there's more. 5 coupons with 30% off on all AWS practice exams in the Tutorial Dojo portal will also be given away to you guys. So that's a total of 10 winners for this evening. Now, let's talk about the mechanics. So during the session proper, a code will be flashed on the screen, which you will use to submit your raffle entry or your giveaway entry. And then you can submit your code, the code and details via this link, bit.ly/StackLeague AWS session giveaway. Again, bit.ly/StackLeague AWS session giveaway. So send the code there and your details. Now, all the winners will be picked via random generator, and the winners will receive the details on how to claim their prizes or these coupons through their registered emails. The winners will also be announced at the end or at the closing program. So please keep a lookout for the session code that will be flashed on the screen all throughout the session. Okay, so I hope everyone can join the giveaway. So now let's proceed to our session proper. Now, may I remind everyone that if you have any questions for our resource speaker this evening, you can type them in the comment section. We'll address them later at the Q&A session. All right, so without further ado, let me introduce our speaker for this evening. Now, our speaker for this evening is the co founder of Tutorials Dojo, an edtech startup and an AWS digital training partner. He and his team provide high quality educational materials in the cloud computing space with over 250,000 users worldwide. He graduated from Mapua Institute of Technology in 2007 with a bachelor's degree in information technology. He has been recognized as an AWS community builder and a participant of the AWS Developer Acceleration Mentor Program. He currently holds 10 AWS certifications and has published numerous ebooks and digital courses. He also started his career in the Philippines as a Java developer and worked in Singapore for 3 years before migrating to Australia in 2014. After acquiring his Australian citizenship in 2009, he left his full stack developer role at News Corp Australia and worked full time in his edtech startup along with his wife. He is leading an all Filipino team at Tutorials Dojo in providing high quality AWS, Azure, and GCP training to over 250,000 users, showcasing the Filipino IT talent globally. Let's all welcome Mr. John Bonso. Good evening, Mr. John.
Hi, good evening, Casey. Thank you for that
Evening.
introduction. So, thank you everyone for coming. And I would like to acknowledge as well the presence of a lot of students here. I'm seeing in the comments right now, right as you can see here, I actually see from Batangas, from Manila, from Cebu, from Iloilo. So, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. So, again, today I'll start with this session with web and mobile application development made easy with AWS Amplify. So, as mentioned, I'm a Filipino, then migrated to Australia, and I'm also in between. I'm also an OFW. So it's actually hard, as a developer, to do that without any skills. No, you need to have a development skills. And even before, just a brief background. No, back then when I started in the industry, when I graduated in the university, like you are, when we did our thesis, it's like we use our um, even PHP, and we have our own server on our own laptop. No, there's no cloud-based technology back then, so it's hard. So we have to present our projects using our laptops or even our PC, yeah, even the big PCs. So there you go. Along the way, it's quite hard to develop web and mobile applications. But now, come 2021, it's easy now with AWS Amplify, with other cloud-based applications and services. So, without further ado, let's begin. So for today, our agenda will be we'll discuss the current challenges in web and mobile development. Second will be what is AWS Amplify. The third is the features, and the fourth one will be the more exciting one, the demo on how to create web and mobile apps fast and easy. And then, so on the demo, I'll showcase existing AWS Amplify projects, and then create an app. So you can use this again to help you on your thesis, or perhaps on your project, on your in your class or programming class or whatsoever, or even creating your own startup. So it'll be the exciting one. And the third one is custom domain configuration. So for this one, again, this is also AWS Amplify, so another feature. But let's see. And then the third one would be, the last one would be the Q&A. Right? Let's get started. So what's the current challenges in web and mobile app development? No? How about that? Back-end developers. No? Remember, we can develop a lot of application and all of that. But how about the API? How about the database? How about your authentication? Right? So these are the things that it's quite hard, to develop. So first and foremost, you have to set up your local development setup. So we have to install npm, Node.js. Sometimes it's not working. Sometimes you see e-access error or out of like that. It's quite hard to just set up your local development. Second is manual CI/CD setup. So for those who don't know, CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment and delivery. So that can be done by Bamboo, Jenkins, or even GitLab. So for this one, it's quite hard to do that. The third is lack of unified front end and back end management. So even for web and even mobile, you have your back end, and of course for front end, you can have different flavors of React, Angular, or Vue or whatnot. But yeah, it's actually quite hard to manage all of your users or even your development lifecycle. What else? High operating costs. So back then, when I was in college, it's hard to. There's no serverless solution. No, meaning serverless doesn't mean there's no server at all. It just means that there's a temporary micro virtual machine that's more cost effective. No? But back then, it's like you have to rent a server on your own, perhaps a HostGator or maybe cPanel, and it's actually racking a lot of high costs. No, it's maybe you're talking about thousands of pesos. No, but with AWS Amplify, you will see it's much more inexpensive. Now, what else? Module integration. Now, again, you cannot create an application without authentication. No? Authenticating your users, database storage. It will be just like a static website. No, so it's actually hard to do that. No, you have to do a lot of tweaking and everything. So, what's the solution? How do we develop web and mobile app faster? So, again, just to reiterate, so again, for your thesis, it's quite hard to do that as well. It takes a lot of effort, time, money, and of course, heartaches. I would say, with of course your teammates and your classmates. Oh, I can't do this, I can do that. So all of those dramas. Second, authentication. So not just sign up with email. How can you do it via sign on using this social media plugins? Let's say login with Facebook, login with Google. How can you do that? Third is, this one, how to connect with the database. Of course, you have to do that as well. And the fourth one is GraphQL and REST API. And then how to launch it. No, where do you deploy that? Of course, you can't deploy it on your on your computer. No, you have to deploy it somewhere else. So your boss, your teacher, or even your teammate can view it. No, and lastly, this one is for the authentication and management of your users. So how can you do that? Everything. Will it take you 1 month to do that? Will it take you, let's say, 3 weeks or do that? How long? So with AWS Amplify, so what it does is this: it provides you a lot of features that you can that you can use. As you can see here, it has an admin UI, you have the content management, user management, file browser, even for the authentication, storage, serverless functions, GraphQL API, REST API in one click of a button. So we have here, we also have custom web domains, CI/CD, even machine learning with using predictions, data store, and different AWS integration, all in just a few clicks. So later I will show you how to do it. But before that, let's dig deeper. What does this service do? No, so AWS service. This is actually an AWS service for building web and mobile applications fast. No, why is this fast? Because it's quite integrated. So as you can see, it consists of a set of tools. So from the open source framework, from admin UI, from the console, and then also for the CLI. So with all of these features and tools, you can actually build your web applications or even your program or your thesis way ahead than your students, than your classmates. And of course, you can get your high score or high grade. So the third one is it automates the integration to AWS services to accelerate the development. So why is it so important to have that integration? No? For example, in the database, what should I do? Of course, you have to install perhaps XAMPP, no, or what else, Apache Friends or whatever, MongoDB on your local machine. It takes time, right? Maybe how many? Maybe put in your comments. What's your struggle technically? No, are you struggling on installing the MongoDB on your local, something like that? It's actually quite hard to do that. And at the same time, again, it's hard to deploy. No, how can you access your database and connect it to your web app? No, if it's just for example, you're working with in your thesis, you're 3 or 4 or 5 team members, right? And then how can you share that data store? No, with cloud-based technologies, with AWS services, let's say RDS, relational database services, DynamoDB, and whatnot. No, you can actually do a lot of things, and you can collaborate more with this services. So that's why it's quite important to automate your integration with other services. And then the three things that actually this one, just to keep in mind, AWS Amplify help you build, ship, and manage. So it can help you build cost-effective solutions. You can quickly ship web and mobile apps, and of course, it simplifies and makes it easy for you to manage your applications and users as well, administrators. So I want to reiterate cost effectiveness. No, for example, you have your own startup perhaps, or you have your thesis, and then companies are actually quite picky on your solutions. No, for example, you created an application, no, and it's running on like a monolithic architecture, meaning it's like a simple, the traditional MySQL database, and then you also have another one for a PHP server. No, how about if you calculate the cost, no, just the cost of running a large, perhaps web server or a database server, no, it adds up, and people or companies choose the most cost effective because it's still business but in. All right, so let's look through what does this mean. So AWS, it helps you build, so meaning you can configure your backend using the admin UI. You can connect your app, specifically your mobile app. So and then the third one is you can integrate your UI components, and this can be done via CLI and then via perhaps on your favorite frameworks, so maybe React, Angular, Vue, and more. And then the second is to ship it. Of course, once you've done your mobile app or your hosted static files, you can just connect to your repository. Either it can be in GitHub or in your code commit or even your private repository. You can build your settings, like configure your build settings and deploy it. It's fast. And of course, when you ship it, remember I told you about creating a custom domain. For example, you have this like gibberish URL, like AWS Amplify 12345 6. No, it's quite hard to if you're a startup or if you're in your class, it's hard to do it. You have to do a simple link. How about let's say katipunan.com, or for example updiliman programmers.com or something like that. No, it's nice to have that custom domain. So later I'll show you how to do it. But yeah, that's how it makes it easy for you to simplify the shipment. So as you can see here. And the last will be to manage. So again, AWS Amplify, you can invite your team members or even your thesis mates. So that's one thing about this as well. You can manage your users and manage your content quite easy with an admin UI. Again, it's actually quite helpful. Admin UI. Why is it so important? So why do you think? No, because remember, if you have your application, you have to do your settings in your config file. Remember that? So it's actually quite hard to do. It's like it's text based. It's not there's no GUI to do that. Or for example, I want to perhaps change a resolver on my GraphQL. It's hard to do a data modeling. So something like that. So it's hard to do it on your own technically without any framework or any tools. So AWS Amplify provides that for you. And let me run down with the features as well. So I think I mentioned most of them previously. You have the authentication, the data store, the API. You have your GraphQL and REST. So as you know, I think the REST API is getting obsolete by the moment. I think right now it's a GraphQL. And what else? For the storage, you have the geo interaction. And then for this one, AI and ML predictions. So I guess if you have, let's say, a use case or perhaps a project in your school or again your thesis that requires any, for example, machine learning or OCR, like you want to do some checking, right? Or for example, you can build your own algorithm and you want to integrate that on your application. Actually, it's actually quite hard to do so. But with AWS Amplify, if you deploy your application with AWS Amplify, it's actually quite easy to do that. And again, why? As you can see here, this services, as you can see here, it's like it's like a Lego. It's actually easy to put it together because it's a integrate. You can easily integrate it. All right, so we have this managed hosting, say CD, PR reviews. I think PR reviews is quite helpful. It's actually a good practice even for students. No, perhaps you're the team lead of your thesis group, so you can okay, this one I'll create this pull request, so you can deploy it or you can merge it on your master or your main branch, so something like that. So because that's actually the industry standard, for the pull request for GitHub. So what else? Actually, I have a lot. We have functions, also known as like serverless functions, analytics, you have push notifications, and so on and so forth. There's a lot that you can do. All right, enough talk. Let's let's do this. So first, let me open up it. So before we begin, we need to have four things. One is your AWS account. The other one is this one, your IAM user or with access keys. The third is your GitHub account. Or alternatively, if you already have an AWS account, you can use your AWS code commit. And the third one is the Amplify CLI. Right? Let me go through for this one. I'll just very quickly. So for here, before I discuss the different, prerequisite, I'll just show you how it works and the actual projects. So if you can see here, this is the URL. All right. So you have AWS Amplify over here, and this is the URL. And this one is actually, see it, this is the analytics, campaigns, team labs. And then this another one, AWS Amplify project. And this one is another one. As you can see, as you can notice, there's a TD Katipunan. If you want, you can check it out right now. TD-Katipunan. And let's see. Later I'll show you. But if you want, you can try it now. So this is a custom domain, the one that I mentioned earlier. So instead of this one, so awsamplify.com, you can say to your teacher, sir, just go to tdkatipunan.com or bagyoprogrammers.com or whatever, so or batangasblades.com, whatever like that. So what else? All right, so right now, as mentioned, what you need is your GitHub account, AWS account, your IAM user, and CLI. So first, if you want, you can just go to AWS account, sign up. So it's actually quite easy to start. So sign up for a free account. The thing here is this: when you do, you actually have free trials and some free tiers. So don't worry. So your parents won't, won't scold you. Hey, what's this? What's this? So just keep on the free trial. But for this one, create an AWS account. So this one, you can just set up your account here. You do need your credit card or debit card. So actually, for you as a student, I highly recommend just take a debit card. No, because if your credit card, sometimes if you don't properly set it up, so you might crack a lot of bills. I mentioned it's cost effective, no, but sometimes you might do a lot of deployments, or perhaps you try out deploying a large instance. So don't play around, no, with this one. So first you have to sign up. Alternatively, you can just use your debit card, or I think PayMaya. If a PayMaya debit card, you can try that one. So once you have that, AWS account, so it will look something like this. So as you can see here, this is the Amazon Web Services console. Why is it so important? It's a cloud. It's cloud based, and one of the richest men in the world right now is, as you know, is Jeff Bezos. So yeah, so this cloud computing. You have Amazon Web Services, and as its name implies, it has web services. So what are those web services? So as you can see here, you have you have all services. You have a service for compute, a web service for containers, storage, and everything. If you need the database, so voila, you have this RDS database. If you have what else? Storage, this one. Perhaps you need to have a Docker or Kubernetes. So you also have one as well with this one. And for example, you have a machine learning. So actually, there's a lot to choose. You have SageMaker, CodePuro, and everything else. If you want to go to space, you even have this, space. Where's that? So you have this one, ground station. So you have the satellite, as you can see here. So there's a lot. It's an endless possibility. Cryptocurrency, not really, but you can actually mine a lot of this. But again, I won't delve with that. No, but there's a lot of things that you can do with Amazon Web Services. That's why if you know this stuff, no, if you know cloud computing, it'll be easy for you to migrate to, of course, to land a high paying job, perhaps even abroad. No, I even know some people in my circle. They're actually fresh graduates, and of course, they know programming and everything, and they were able to get a job in Singapore or abroad early on. So on their first job, and they're earning 100,000 pesos or more. No? Why? Because they're able to learn these skills, this in-demand skills. So that's the one. Now we're talking about AWS Amplify now. So here it is. So AWS Amplify. Currently, I'm using North Virginia. Maybe later, but this just showing you this North Virginia and West Virginia. So I'm currently using servers in the East Coast, technically East Coast. So here's some of my projects. So for this one, Tailwind dashboard template. This is actually the one that I showed you earlier. No, this is a React app, as you can see here, and there you go. Again, take note. This is just a front end. No, there's no back end here, but it looks gorgeous. No, you see here you have this pages, you have analytics, you have this sidebar. No, it's there. No, if you showcase this to your teacher and everything, just at the UI, I think you're halfway there. So you have some filters. Let's see how it goes. You can apply it and add view and yada yada. All right. Now, so that's the front end part of the. And as you see here, it says provision, build, deploy, and verify. So later we'll talk about that. And then you have this backend environment. So this one, as you can see, it's still nothing, but you can actually add more. So on your left-hand panel, you have this general, you have different options. So general, admin, UI management. This is the one that I mentioned earlier. So for this one, admin. You also have the domain management. So if you want to create your own custom, you can also do that as well. And then your build settings for CI/CD, and so there's like a YAML file over here. So how did I did this? No, how did I create this? Upload it. No, I'll show you very quickly. So first, I think we've done with AWS account. IAM user. Let's proceed with the IAM user. So first, let's go first to IAM. IAM stands for Managed Access to AWS Resources. So for this one, okay, hold on. All right, so I have this user. This is actually admin amplify use, for example, like that. And then add the user here. It's actually quite easy. So for example, StackLeague. That's the IAM user, or your name. Or for example, I can use my name, John Bonso, or Tutorials Dojo. You choose. So just for now, I can use StackLeague as an IAM user. And then I can select two things. One is the access keys, as you can see here. Access keys. This access key is the one that I'm referring to here, the IAM access key. And then, so for the password, it's actually for the console. So this is the console that, as you can see here. But right now, I don't need it. All right, so here, I just go here, attach existing policies, and I just type administrator and amplify. So as you can see here, right? So I just a warning. If you do this, just select this one, administrator access dash amplify. Don't do this one, administrator access. You know why? Because again, if you do this, you're actually providing a lot of access. There's a lot of tutorials right now in the internet, and they're saying that you have to use this. I actually suggest using this one, Amplify. It works, but it's more like a restrictive, and it's not prone to hacking. Excuse me. So now I have this one and Amplify. I have this role. So just a quick bit. So what it does is this. As remember, right? I provide AWS Amplify provides you that integration. Integration to what? Integration to AWS services. The question is, which AWS services? So here it is. So if you see it here, this IAM policy, IAM user, it provides access to AppSync, CloudFormation, CloudFront, DynamoDB, yada yada yada, and many more. No. So for this one, it means that when you deploy your application, it's actually using this one. For example, if you have a GraphQL API, it uses AppSync for GraphQL. If you're using a CDN, it uses CloudFront. If you're using a data store, a NoSQL data store, it uses DynamoDB, and so on and so forth. So yeah, all right. So again, use administrator access dash amplify. and then you can tag, and then create user, and that's it. Now I'll show you. So right now, no, you have this access keys. This is the access key. You can use it, and you also have this secret access key over here. Just a word of warning, never ever upload it in GitHub. This one access keys, because if you do that, anyone can access your account and they'll hack you. Okay, so so again, just for security, I won't show this secret access key, but please be careful in doing this. All right, and after this one, again, you can download it as a CSV, as you can see here, so you'll get your access keys. So the third one is GitHub account. I believe you already have that one. Mine is just for this one. I have this John Bonso Tutorials Dojo. That's one, and then I have my CLI. For the CLI, it's actually quite easy. So just open up your terminal, and then, for example, I just have to very quickly. So this one for the Amplify, you can install it via this command. So AWS Amplify CLI, you can search that, and then the installation is quite easy. Where's that? Amplify install. Right. So this one, of course, you have to install your npm and Node.js. It should be easy. But yeah, this is actually the actual command to do that. In my end, if you do this, right? Actually, on my end, it's already installed. So I'll show you very quickly. So Amplify. So that one, Amplify -v. So this one, I think it's still, yeah, that one. Sorry. So Amplify. So it has Amplify init, configure. You have different code, to do. So again, this Amplify. So in my end, so you just have to install this and you're ready to go. All right. So for this one, that's for the Amplify. But before I go to, later we'll create an actual app. I know the time is limited. I'll try to make it faster. So you can do it. Just install WebStorm if you want to create a simple UI. For example, new project. It's easy. If you want to create a Vue.js, yeah, it's there. React Native, React, Node.js. So React Native, as you know, this actually used for mobile apps. Now, for example, we can actually try that one as well. And of course, you can use Angular, JS, Bootstrap, or Java, and many more. So later, I'll also show you as well. This for Visual Studio Code. Perhaps if you want this, if you're using this one. This one is actually an existing project already. So, for example, I've done that. I've created my React application. This is the actual, as you can see here, it's just a simple React application. So app.js, technically you can see this. So this is a React, but it's integrated with the Amplify. So that's why if you go to packages, package.json, you will see that there's Amplify in one of the dependencies. So AWS Amplify, right? But before again dig deeper, I just want to show you the easy way. The reason why I don't want to delve in this code, because I think it's lack of time, But the other thing is, it's actually quite hard, Sometimes it may take you perhaps tonight. Tonight, if you try this, maybe tomorrow you won't even you might even you finish this one, because there's a lot of errors perhaps in Node.js or the Amplify CLI. So I don't want to bother you, but today I just show you how to do it in an easy way. Okay, so I want to make it fast. So let's do some timer. So create timer, start timer. This is substantive. So stopwatch. So let's play a game. So in few minutes, can I create a simple web app using Amplify? So let's see. Let's see how it goes. So right now, this one, the timers are running. So for example, I want to try out just deploying some of the applications. For instance, this one. This one's application that I just forked in GitHub. So what I'm gonna do is the easiest way, So for example, I'm going here in perhaps this one, Windmill. I'll try this one, and Mosaic Light. Okay, this actually, this looks good. I want to like fork it, no? So for this one, I can just tailwind dashboard template. Over here, I can simply fork this, no? Fork this application. And once I fork it, this one, and then so there, tailboard dashboard template. All right. So once I fork it, technically, it'll be easy for me to check it and amplify. But I want something different. No, perhaps let me try this one. No, notice React, or what's this? Maybe React dashboard. Let's try this one very quickly. Notice React. Okay, so this one, where's the GitHub repository? So you see what I'm doing. So this one, I'm just like viewing some of this one, this React, and then I'll fork it. So all right. So now in my account, I got this one already. Lotus account. So let me see. Just want to show you very quickly. So this one, it's the recent one that I created. So again, remember, Lotus React. That's the one that I fork. Now going back to AWS Amplify. Let's say I want to deploy it in where do you have in Singapore, Sydney. Perhaps let's try Sydney. So para malinis siya. Now let's see. Now I'm in Sydney, and then develop, yada yada yada. So I just want to host my web app. I don't want to create a backend. So right there. Of course, I want to click that GitHub. I want to authenticate my GitHub. So as you see here, I want to authenticate my GitHub. So I'm going to authorize that. Okay. And what else? And then I want to see this one. This is the one that we just forked. I'll just React, and then select the branch. Perhaps let's say dev main. What else? Perhaps main. And then next. And next. And save and deploy. All right. So this one, while we're waiting, let's try to create another one. No, another one. Perhaps let's choose. You want London, Tokyo, or Seoul? Let's say let's go to Europe. No, let's say Paris. No. So Paris. So this one, I think it's still building, as you can see here. So while it's building, no, let's go to Paris. So Paris. So another one. If you see, no, there's a lot of changes here. No, you won't see the projects. This project in this project in this region. So it's actually quite different. So again, I'm gonna do it the same way. Host my web app. So instead of GitHub, I'll try to use this full stack samples. I just want to try it out. So here I can use this authentication starter. I have a real-time canvas over here. I have the Gatsby full stack and quick notes. No, perhaps let's try this one, real-time canvas. So yeah, you can like draw something. Back to GitHub. Again, I'm gonna use this on my end. And there you go. So right now, I just deployed 2 applications. So let's see if it'll be successful or not. So in here, I want to select the role. Remember, we created this one. We actually create Amplify console backend. This one is actually another role with your user. So this one I already prepared it beforehand. So let's try that one out and save and deploy. King of your build. So let's see. How about this? So I think it's still building. So what does it do? No, in the background. So if you want to take a look or take a peek, so just click this. So what is it doing? No, under the hood. So for this one, if you click this, it's still clickable. All right, this one. So this one is still not populated. So let's see, build. All right. Oops, I think we have a boo-boo. So build logs. All right. So right now, this one, the one we tried to fork, it actually failed. So, but later, let's see. We have a backup. No, we have a backup application here. Oh, this one. So this one still, again, this one's still loading. hopefully it works. But let's go back here. So this one is the build, test, deploy, and verify. This the remember the CI/CD. This is the actual CI/CD part of the AWS Amplify. So you can test. You can add your test cases here. So unfortunately, there's a problem in the build. It actually works on the cloning and the back end, but not for this one. So here you can actually do it over here. You can change that. Going back, yeah, we can try it another one, but let's see. Let's see the other one that we created. So here, let me show you here. This is a project that we also created. Basically, this is for the GraphQL real-time canvas. For the canvas, it will be something like this. I'll just show you very quickly. Okay, the end result should be something like this. All right, so if you want, I can, yeah, master and it was amplify, yada yada. So yeah, that should be the end result. So see again while we're waiting. So if you want again, sadly you won't be able to do that. But I think right now we can just debug this overall. Later, perhaps we can do that. So yeah, while we're waiting, perhaps we can check out for this one. No? For let's say that's the other one in doing it. No, you can do it. You can fork your project. The thing is for forking a project, the problem is apparently you'll run with this kind of problems. No, like build process problems and everything. Technically, you can fix this up, no, but it may take you a while. So it's better to create like a faster one. Yeah. Okay, so while waiting, let's check out our project over here. Perhaps it may take a while, no? It's still building, right? So timer, still have like 7 minutes on the clock. Okay, I think we can do that easily. Okay, while waiting for this one, I don't want to spend. I don't want to waste your time, but okay, perhaps let's go back here. For instance, very easy. I want to create a React application. All right. So right now I have this one. I have this application for me, and then suppose I want to create a React application. So for this one, we have create React, for example, npx. So for example, Pilipinas, Pilipinas. So right now I'm creating this React application from scratch. So if you want to integrate that in AWS Amplify, I'll show you. You just have to use this Amplify init, like initialize, and therefore it will be show up. So again, it may take time, but to do it very quickly. So here it is. So this one. So you can create that one. So right now, this is one of the example of AWS Amplify. And if you want to try it out, let's say for example, npm run or npm start, this is how it will look like. So localhost 3000, right? And let me sign out, right? And okay, so later, while we're waiting for this, we're actually multitasking. So I hope it's not crazy, but we actually I want to showcase more features. So this is actually a dud. Now we're able to finish it. There's something wrong, but what we learned is this one. You can we can actually this one you can. We've seen the power of the CI/CD, how it provision, how it deploy, and then here, say this one's still working. Fetching status. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is still building. So, but I think yeah, later it will be showing us like something like this. All right. So it means there's like so let's just wait. No, let's it's still 10 minutes in the block. So all right. Where am I? So here, while waiting for this one to build, no, let's wait. Let's check this one. So okay, So I have this, we create a Pilipinas project, create app. And then, of course, we can try to start it. Oops, sorry, not able to. Maybe npm install, right? Oops. Yeah, let me try it again over here. All right. So, again, I created beforehand the Amplify app. So for this one, you can pretty much use an npm start or npm run. So for this one, locally, it will be shown as this. There's that local host and local host 3000. So I just very quickly on the code level. So what I did here is this. Here, okay, let me terminate that. I created an API with AWS Amplify. So if you look at here, you see this. This is actually a GraphQL, and to do that is actually very easy. I simply input this one, Amplify API, add API. Can you see it one? This one, Amplify add API. When you create that, it will create this GraphQL as well, and then it has its mutations, queries, and everything. You can also add authentication, perhaps. So you can add the authentication for this one. For the authentication, whenever you do this, you do add amplify or add the simplify, it changes your code technically. So for example, this one you can add let's say AI add predictions. So let's try that one. Amplify add predictions. So it's still working while waiting for this. Right. So this one, you have identify, convert, infer. Again, this is machine learning. I'm just adding, remember this one, amplify, add predictions. Interpret, for instance. Okay, friend the resource, entity, grid phase, authentication user. So see this one, right? I've just added one line of code and it automates generation of my code. See this one? It creates this one, this JSON document. Right, and then if you want to publish it now to Amplify, you just have to click this one, Amplify Publish. All right, what's happening in our Amplify project? Is it there? Is it completed? So not yet. So I think there's a problem in Paris. So apologies on that one. So let's go back to Virginia. Perhaps it'll be you have more luck in there. So yeah, this one. So let me move that. So I have this one, this projects. So perhaps I can just show you very quickly. So in here, AWS Amplify app. This Amplify app that you see here is the same one that I have here in my local. So this one, as you can see here, Amplify app. So it's actually the same one. So let's take a look. So if you go to TD Katipunan, everyone, if you go to TD-Katipunan, you can actually create an account here. So remember, I add the authentication. This authentication, maybe will show you very quickly. How to create an account? Let's say John Bonzo 3, all right? And then password, so whatever password, and then email address. Maybe so. Another tip, I'm just reusing my address here +3, but it's still the same one. And create an account. Let's see. Let's see how it goes and confirm. So authentication code. So yeah, again at home, you can try it one. You can try this. Just go to TD Katipunan. So this one TD-Katipunan, and then very quickly, and then now I got this verification code already. So this one, let's see this one, guys. There's a tutorial studio +3. It's still the same one. So if you want to do that, feel free to do so. I confirm. So yeah, John Bonzo 3. So again, this code right here, remember, so this is my app. This is actually my notes app, as you can see here. It's using a GraphQL. So let's see, ID. Let's see 1, 2, 3, 4. I just created the note. All right, and another one. So that's the ID. So name, John Bonzo, create a note, and there you go. So it's actually on the back end. So that's one. So the question is, before, no, this one, some of them are actually using this Amplify, Amplify app. So how did I do it? The custom domain. Again, this is very important if you want to create your own startup, perhaps. So you can actually do it in a very simple way. So you have just go to domain management, and after that you can manage your subdomains and everything. Of course, you have to buy your domain. No, it's in Route 53, but it's easy. You can just add domain here and type John Bonso, something like that, or your personal name, and it will be done. It will be done automatically. No, so that's about it. So what else? Perhaps I can allocate. So I'll allocate like 10 minutes for the Q&A because I just want to like show more. No, how's it done? So again, I just want to show you this sign out minus app. This is actually one of the code. Sadly, we don't have time. I really want to like show more, but I think that's okay. So now, folder structure. See here, this the React source, and here's the Amplify. This the and you have the backend. So the back end, it has the API, the authentication, and the predictions. This is actually the new one, that I showed you earlier. And what else in the app? Of course, in the app.js, see here, it's showing the fetch notes, fetch notes, and everything. My notes app, see it here, my notes app. So something like that. So if you do it, for example, John Notes app, for example, or Notes Dojo, yeah, you can save that. And I guess let's try to commit it. Commit, let's say StackLeague, and then push, and then don't forget to amplify publish as well. All right, so done and done. So remember, see this one, right? I just push it on my repository. So going back, again, this amplify. Look at here. Huh? See this one? It's automatically generating my code or building my code. See? So remember, the commit that I made is OCX 42B. So add this one, 42B. Yeah. See this one? Git commit stack, the word stack, and you will see the word stack here as well. So that's the end to end. No, as you can see, it's quite easy. When I create my app here, it's easy to do it as well. So another one, I think I still have 2 minutes before the Q&A. Please bear with me, but I really want to do this. Where's the data? Where's the data? So let's look at it. So later, maybe anyone here, can you please try to log in or register on that td-katipunan.com, and yeah, let's look at it. So where is that? So remember the integration part, the data store. This is a data store for the DynamoDB. So it has notes and everything. Let's check it out. No, you have the indexes. Where's the global table? Skip IO staging. Indexes, global tables, and what else? Yeah, let's try it out. So this is actually of course, your data, your backups, your streams, additional settings. So this is where all of the data is located. And for this one, you can you have the metrics. You want to view the items. So let's see if you can check notes, and there you go. I think no one tried it. see this one, John Bonso. This is actually for the this for the data itself. See, remember my name. If someone tried it in TD Katipunan, anyone please just sign up, and then let's say ulam ay lechon or conchinillo, whatever. Let's see this one. What will happen? Let's see. So it should be three items. There you go. So ulam, lechon. Oh, what else? Put it in the comment. What else? Sahod. I want you to if you master this one, I'm telling you, you're getting 6 digits ang sahod nyo dito. It's true. So this great note, and yeah, there it is. On 9,000, dapat apat yan, 4. And there you go. It's there. And I think we can conclude our demo right now. Sadly, we lack time. I'm sorry, but I want to have like 10 minutes for the QA. But yeah, technically I can share this to you. It's easy as mentioned. Even for the even for the machine learning, we just created this prediction and everything. This machine learning. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Back to you, Casey.
Okay, so there we have it, our session with Mr. John. Thank you very much for the very comprehensive and informative talk, Mr. John.
Sure.
Now we open the floor for questions. Okay, so while waiting for questions to come in, I'd like to have a quick announcement, give you guys a quick announcement for next week. We have another event for November. We have the Stack League Tech session. That's on Thursday next week. More of the details later. Now, let's see. Let's go over our questions here in the comment section. We did have Sir John. We had a question earlier.
Oh really?
I'd like to show this one first. I'm not quite sure which one this user meant, but the question is from Gabriel Felipe. We have only GitHub or AWS account. How about GitLab, SVN, or other repository platforms? So this was from in the earlier parts of your talk a while ago.
Yes. Actually, you can use a lot of like a repo. You can use GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab as well. Yes, GitLab, and AWS Code Commit. So you can use a lot of a repo that you want.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Let's move. Thank you for the very first question here. Now, let's go over to our comments here. We have from, let's see. Okay, here. We have from Solar. Hello, Paul. Are you going to post this live so we can watch it? Rewatch it. Yes, we are going to post this live. Don't worry. We will not take down the video. So if you want to review everything about this tech session, yes, you can watch it again. And also, I've noticed that Sir John has been very generous with his demonstration. And if you guys have more questions, let's say more specific questions, you can also reach out to him. Would that be okay, Sir John?
Sure, no worries.
Yeah. So he is always open for questions after, even after the our session this evening.
Mm.
Okay, we have another one from Reyes Paul. Is that how a DevOps engineer operate po?
Yes, to answer that, yes or no. Remember for the AWS Amplify, it uses like DynamoDB and everything. Technically, yes, because you have this build, right? You have like DevOps, no, development and operations. Technically, yes. So I think it depends on the person. Sometimes even a full stack developer can do this as well. So, but mostly, most for DevOps in terms of they're actually using like this for the actual server and for the database, no? Even though you're actually using AWS Amplify, but more of pag sinabing DevOps kasi it's more it's all across, not just the development life cycle of the app or web application, but more than that, you have the Linux administration, debugging, troubleshooting. So it's more of like full stack development.
Okay, so thank you very much for that answer, Sir John. I hope that or that clears up and answers your question, Reyes Paul. We have another one from Retz Gutierrez. The comment says, or the question is, Hi, sir, nice demo. What is the purpose of AWS in general for web apps?
Yes. Again, AWS is a cloud service provider. It's massive. It's massive. I think I just mentioned in the talk. You can use for the containers, for service computing, and everything. It's not just for web apps. No, even for call centers, even for machine learning, everything. You can do a lot of things. Even for satellite, ground station, and everything. This is it's quite massive. So it's not restricted to web apps only, but that's one of the use case.
Okay, so that's great then. So you can do a lot of things here. Okay, thank you very much for your question, Reds Gutierrez. We have another one from Stefan Balo. The question is, Good evening po. How do we avail on AWS account as a student? And can we avail AWS Amplify for free?
Yes, I think I mentioned it earlier on my talk that you can use it. I suggest use a debit card just in case no you overbuild. But yeah, you can sign up. Just use a debit card or even your credit card as long as you're getting it. Yeah, as long as you know what you're doing. You set up the budgets and everything. And a second is we can AWS Amplify technically is actually free, so we can use it on certain threshold. So I think I also mentioned that there's a free tier in AWS. So as long as you keep on that free tier, you should be fine. It should be free.
Mhm. Okay, so you can use Amplify with certain limitations for free. And if
Mm.
you want to explore more, you can also avail it even if you're still a student. So it's not only for professionals. Is that
Yes.
correct, Sir John? Mhm.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
Anyone can do it. Mm.
So all good. Thank you for answering that one. Now we have another one from J. Rald Empino. Can we also change the design of pre-built login and registration ng Amplify?
Yes. Yes. You can.
Mhm.
I think you can actually do it in Cognito and everything. You can because you own the code, no? So
Mm.
you can tweak it as you like.
Okay, that's uh, very direct answer. Yes, you can.
Mm.
Okay, thank you very much because you own the code. Now, we have another one. We have more questions coming in. We have from Reyes Paul again. Anong approach po yung ginagamit nyo when something goes wrong sa deployment ng web app nyo?
One is check the logs. So I think I also demonstrate to you the one
Mhm,
that is working fine, and the one is there's
mhm,
a like a mishap that happened. No, there's an error. There's something. So what I did is remember I just checked the logs, build logs.
mhm,
So that's the
mhm,
first one. Second is to really understand what happened. So uh,
mhm.
when you read the log, you'll see that there's an error message. Of course, it will, and then the next thing will lead you to the next. So that's a process.
Okay, so go and check the logs and then try to understand where where something went wrong. Okay,
Yes.
very good tip. Thank you very much for that answer. Next, we have from Rex Gutierrez again. So uh, the commenter said, "Thank you, sir." Another question: what is the easiest track or roadmap in learning AWS?
Yes. Actually, there's no easy way. I'll say, well, you can say it easy, but I think the easiest way, in my opinion, is if you are like interested in something, if you love what you do, if you like, that energy, that passion. So, for example, no, you're playing a guitar, you're playing your game.
Mhm,
Like, does someone like pushing you to do that? You're playing or you're watching TikTok videos. Did your mother or father push you to do that? No, because you just love it. No, you just want to do it. No, so I think the easiest way is to be really interested, and I think to be motivated as well. I mentioned, no, the AWS is a very high demand skill. If you have it, I'm telling you, I know I own a tech startup. I actually hire people. If I someone here is like AWS certified, I can hire them, no, because I need them, no, I need them is my startup. So I think that's one motivation is again to be interested with what one, perhaps with the money. If you want to increase your salary, or of course if you want to, you're a student and you want to ensure that after your schooling you can get a good job, high paying job, maybe you can do that. Second is again, with Taurus Dojo, we actually provide free courses as well. Just go to portal.taurusdojo.com and just click those free courses as well, and then you should be fine. But again, there's no easy way. You just have to love it, love what you do, and you'll be successful.
Wow, that's a very good tip and
Mm.
also a very good suggestion. So, interest and motivation. Find something you're interested in and motivate yourself into learning AWS more. Okay,
Mm.
thank you very much for this question. We have another one from Audrey Coronel. What is your opinion for people who self host their projects other than using cloud platforms such as this?
Self-hosting, I think it's limited. I would say. Well, they can self-host now. Technically, when you say self-host, are you saying you're in your local machine, your laptop, or is it on your perhaps a different provider? because if it's a different provider, it's technically cloud. No, it's also a service, also storage. So just like that. But if you self-host, perhaps you have your own server, I guess, in your local, I would say it's quite limited and it's not powerful. You can't integrate your database. It's slow as well, very slow because as mentioned about. Remember, I think in my demo, you see that there's an error on my CLI just now. No, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it will happen because it's not automated and everything. Unlike AWS Amplify, you can do it on the fly or even in AWS Management Console. So yeah, it's quite slow and quite restrictive.
Okay, there you go. I hope that answers your question as well. And
Mhm.
we have another one from Rox Almodiel. How do we back up our settings in AWS Amplify in case we want
Okay.
to pause payments and go back to it later?
All right, easy. Again, for example, you have GitHub, right? That's free.
Mhm.
No, so your code base is actually there, sitting there. So you can just simply delete the app if you want, and you can redeploy it later. So remember, on my demo, very quick demo, I have this GitHub that I forked. Then afterwards, I just put it there in the AWS Amplify, and yeah, it start building. So if you want that, simply just have to delete the app, and then yeah, I can technically pause your payment because nothing's running.
Okay, there we go. So there is a solution for that. So
Mm.
thank you very much for that answer, Sir John. Okay, next we have a few more questions. Okay, we have from Gabriel Felipe. Is AWS better than other cloud platforms? What features does it have that do not belong to DO or Alibaba Cloud?
Yeah, so I believe DO stands for Digital Ocean, no, and Alibaba Cloud. So just research what AWS is and what is the leading cloud service provider, and technically it's AWS. Why? Because cloud computing is started by AWS themselves. So cloud computing, for example, for the virtual machines and even S3 for storage, is actually the pioneer is Amazon Web Services. So that's why
Mm,
it's on the top. No, so regarding the better than other cloud platforms, remember when I do the demo in the AWS console, you see there's a we went to Paris, we went to
mm,
North Virginia, went to different regions. So AWS has a lot of of regions, technically data centers that they own or they
mm,
co-locate. So that's the advantage of having a powerful cloud service provider like AWS. They have a lot of data centers that they own. Hence, the availability of your application is quite safe. No, and of course the repercussion of that is it's people or companies are actually using AWS services than the other providers. So it's
mm.
more in demand.
All right, that's great news then. Thank you very much. And we have another one. Okay, we have two, I think two more questions. We have from
So
Retz Gutierrez. Thank you, sir. Is there a version control in AWS?
yes, it's called code commit. Code commit.
Mm. Okay, yes, there is code commit. That's what you call it. Okay. Next we have from Chris Emmanuel Malaka. Does AWS protect uh can protect from data breaching?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Mhm,
There's actually two things. There's security of the cloud and security in the cloud. So
mm,
it's actually a shared responsibility. Remember, right? As mentioned, we generate an AWS match access key for the IAM user. If you add that on your GitHub, it's your fault because data breach and everything. You provided the access key with administrator
mm,
access. It's your fault. So, however, it's not AWS fault. However, of course, as mentioned, cloud is just a server. No, it's a rental server sitting on the data center. No, that that data center that is like a with the servers with the virtualization and in it, it's actually being handled by AWS themselves for the actual physical server, and of course for the virtualization layer of it. So that's the AWS part, no, for data breaching. But for the other one, for the management of the access, for example, network access and everything, it's actually your you can use security groups, network ACLs, and even WAF, no, web application firewall. Yeah, you can use that as well. But again, it's a shared responsibility.
mm. Okay, so that's a very good point right over there.
Mm.
So it's a shared responsibility.
Yeah.
there's security, but we also need to do our part. So don't
Yes.
share it. Don't
Mm.
give access to everyone. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
And so, okay, so I think that sums up our Q&A session. Yes, I think that's the last of our questions. Okay. So we are now done with our Q&A and for our session this evening. Thank you so much, Sir John, for your time, for the very informative talk and fruitful Q&A session. Thank you also to everyone for sending in your questions. We hope this has been a very fruitful session. Thank you very much, Sir John, and good
Okay, thank you,
evening.
Casey. Thank you for having me, and thank you, everyone. And I do hope you try it out on your own. And yeah, and all the best in your career.
Wow. Okay. So thank you again, Sir John. All right. So now we still have the announcements for the winners later. So please stay tuned. Now we have here again announcement for our upcoming event. Next week, we have the Stack League Tech Session boosting software development productivity with one of Stack League's top players. So he's one of our top players here in Stack League, Kim Clarence Peñaflor on November 25. That's next Thursday at 6 p.m. You can find the registration details on our Facebook page, and we hope you can also join us there. All right, so now it's time to announce our 10 lucky winners from our giveaway. Okay, so here we go. Let me show here. Okay, so our giveaway winners for this evening. We have for the free AWS Certified Solutions Architect SAA video course, we have two winners, Christian Esclamado and Eric John Villarreal. Again, please take note if your names are being called. Next, we have the second video course. We have free AWS Certified Developer Associate video course. We have two winners again, Precious Ann Manalo and Julius Arnel Manalo. And for our fifth and last free AWS Certified video course, we have for AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate video course, we have Gabriel Felipe. Please take note of the names. If you're being called, we will be sending your emails to your emails later. And for the coupons, 30% off coupons on all AWS practice exams available in the Tutorials Dojo portal. We have five winners. We have Mark Raymond Ayade. I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. We have Sridhar Kasukerti. I'm so sorry. We have Loreto Gutierrez, Nestor Mayagma Jr., and Candice Joy Baliarta. So, again, please take note if your names are on the screen over here. We will be sending you on how to claim or avail the coupons later after this event through your or via your email address that you have placed in the form. Okay, so congratulations to all our winners. Thank you also for joining this giveaway. And okay, so for the winners, again, please check your emails for the links and coupon codes to claim your prizes after the event. Again, thank you everyone for joining us at the Stack League AWS Tech Session, Web and Mobile Application Development Made Easy with AWS Amplify. If you also know someone who should be part of the league, please invite them to register now at stackleague.com. See you at the next Stack League event. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone.